What's good, guys? Welcome back to Kickback Sports. I'm Jeff, and um, yeah, we're gonna kind of freeball this a little bit. I've got a little bit that I have to spout off about. I'm gonna really put some pressure behind this as I spout off. Um, but what I'm about to spout off about is the fucking UK, dude. The UK government and Boris fucking Johnson out here choking out soccer teams, championship soccer teams of the Premier League, such as Chelsea Soccer Club. So, what's happening right now is the manhunt for Russian people. You have like a desperate fox hunt just scouring the earth for bullshit fucking cases against anybody Russian to take away all of their accomplishments and anything that they could possibly succeed in, just because Vladimir Putin is the biggest dickhead everybody knows. It's absolutely ridiculous. Russia is invading Ukraine still. Ukraine's holding their own. The president's a badass. We know. This is news. But what the UK and Boris Johnson is doing is they're taking this guy, Roman. Hang on, let me pull up his name real quick. Roman Abramovich, or Abramovic, and they're freezing his assets. They are freezing the soccer team's assets. No merch sales, no ticket sales, nobody in the stands. None of the families can come and see the games. They're restricting their travel budget. They can't sign contracts to bring players onto the team. They can't trade with other teams. They can't even sign their existing players to a new contract, so that when their existing players go away, and this is a championship team, they are the current champions of the Premier League, and when these contracts run out with their current players, if and when they do, however long this lasts, they're just not going to get paid anymore because they can't sign a new one back onto the team because the team can't offer it no matter how bad they want to. So what's going to happen is they're either going to play for free or they're just going to go to another team where they can make money. And now a lot of the players, they're saying that they stand with their owner and everything because Roman has not done anything wrong to their knowledge. He's a good owner. It's like the soccer team is his dog. But a lot of them have said they'll play for free, and that's some good loyalty. It's good to see that, but it doesn't take away from the fact that you have to be pissed off about this. The owner of the Chelsea Football Club, has said that he will sell the Chelsea Football Club for, however much anybody is willing to offer, OBO, right? And the profit that he makes from the club, so he'll take his money back. He won't make any money, lose any money. The profit he makes, he will donate to Ukraine for their war efforts. And that's not $100,000. That's like hundreds of millions of dollars we're talking here. And it's disappointing because he says that, and then the UK and Boris Johnson come out and they're like, "Hey, that's good to go," because they've frozen all of his assets. He cannot move money unless he's got cash right now. Just because he's a Russian and owns this football team. It's so crazy. So he's working with cash right now. Of course, I bet you he's got a lot of it. So he's probably not hurting too bad. But what's going to happen when he sells this football team, if and when, if or when, all the money that he doesn't donate to the Ukrainian war efforts, he's going to try to bank, bring it back into his bank account. Nope. The United Kingdom government is going to seize it because they've frozen all of his assets in punishment for being a Russian. That's like punishing one of us for being American. I don't think, you guys know. We do that kind of stuff. But the stuff we do the people we do that to, is just they don't have that kind of pull. So, however that goes. But it would be like an American getting his assets frozen and can't spend any money with his debit card. Imagine you go to the store, you've got $5,000 in your bank account, you go to buy a case of Michelob Ultra, and your card doesn't work, and you don't have any cash on you, and you go to the ATM to pull some cash out to pay for the Michelob Ultra, and that doesn't work either because your assets are frozen because you're an American. In whatever way, shape, or form that might happen. But I'd be pissed. This guy can't even buy a beer with his debit card right now. God. And even the old owner of the football team is saying right now, Ken Bates, he's a English Chelsea ex-owner, and he was saying what the UK is doing right now is absolute bonkers. It's not right, and he's punishing the UK, and Boris Johnson is punishing the fans. They are punishing the players on the team, and let's see what he said here. It's the ordinary people who are suffering. You've probably got people working at Chelsea saying, do they have a job? What is their future? Do they have security? And fans of Chelsea, what do they got to do with Putin bombing maternity hospitals in Ukraine? What's the point? I just, it's all puzzling to me. Let's read through. Kai Havertz on paying for travel. I would pay, no problem. That's not a big deal to us. To come to the games is the most important. There are harder moments in the world to worry about than worrying about taking the plane or bus to away games. So he's all in on it. Another player spoke on Boris Johnson's, spoke on the topic. And, okay, Tuchel on Boris Johnson's spokesperson telling Chelsea fans to stop Abramovich chants. Oh, shit. So the fans of other clubs were chanting Abramovich, and it was the Chelsea soccer club's owner, and they were saying stop doing this to him. And Boris Johnson's spokesperson came out and said quit chanting this, you're gonna get kicked out. And then this guy Tuchel said, I don't know if these are the most important subjects to talk about in Parliament. If they're being discussed in Parliament, maybe we need to worry about the priorities of our discussions. And that's a good point. I mean, it's in the UK government, they're getting so bent about this guy being from Russia and owning a soccer club. All right, this is pissing me off. I'm so disappointed. They're green-lighting the sale. The UK government effectively killing off one of the biggest football clubs, current European and world champions, just because it's owned by a Russian that they happily took contributions from previously, yet they applaud investment from UAE, China, Saudi, betting companies. Wow. Yeah, so China can own a company, Saudi Arabia can own a football club, but God forbid a Russian guy owns a football club right now. We're just gonna punish everything. Take vodka off the shelves. Take the Rocky movie out. Can't show that anymore. It's got a Russian guy in it. Jeez, guys. Come the fuck on. But, all right. What have we got? Basketball. March Madness. Anything, guys? What were our picks last week? Oh, spring break went by. Yeah, we didn't have picks. But our last picks went decently well. I mean, do what? Well, KD just went absolutely crazy on Harden. Lost that pick. Let's see. Another one of my picks lost. Alabama lost the SEC in like the first round, or the game that I picked them for. I wonder if Florida. I'll throw out a record. Tennessee did win the SEC championship. I talked about them making a run at it, man. I knew that was gonna happen, no doubt. But we'll get knocked out instantly in the fucking March Madness, bro. Ain't nothing but the thing. Yep. But I'll throw our record up. I'll throw our record up on the thumbnail when I go back and look at it. But probably should have went and researched this before I started recording and made my picks and stuff like I did last time. Guys, it's been a busy day. But we're going to go ahead and look at the March Madness bracket right now. Let's pull this baby up. Damn, girl, did you tell your parents thank you today? Because I want to. All right. Gonzaga, Georgia State, Gonzaga, Memphis, Gonzaga, Arkansas coming up. Boise State, Memphis, Gonzaga, Memphis lost. We got Texas Tech beat Notre Dame. Duke beat Michigan State. Duke punches through to play Texas Tech in the Sweet 16. North Carolina and UCLA still in this thing. I haven't been keeping up with this. This is just, I know. That's all I've been seeing. UNC's hot. You picked Kansas? You sure? They're saying Kansas is going to win the whole thing. Kansas is. I'll put my money on St. Peter's, I'll tell you that much. Fuck Texas Tech. Dude, Texas Tech put Max on my bedroom floor, bro. Do you remember that? It was freaking, bro. He's got enemies on that team. So Purdue beat Yale, and Texas, they're playing St. Peter's in the Sweet 16. St. Peter's beat Kentucky in the first round and Murray State in the second round. So, pretty good. Auburn beat Jacksonville, got beat by Miami, who beat USC in the first round. Miami's playing Iowa State, who beat Wisconsin and Colgate. LSU got beat by Wisconsin beat Colgate. Iowa State beat Wisconsin and LSU. Providence in the Sweet 16 playing against Kansas. They have beat the Richmond Spiders in the second round, and they beat South Dakota State in the first round. To say that Providence had a cakewalk of first two rounds, understatement. Kansas, you want to talk about a heater of a first couple rounds here. We're looking at Texas Southern and Creighton. Kansas has had a tough ride getting to where they're at. I think Providence mops the floor with them. Villanova still in. Love that. They've beat Delaware and Ohio State. Love it when Ohio State gets knocked out of anything. They beat Loyola Chicago, I'm not a fan of them. You know? Huh? Yeah, Sister Jean. So, Michigan beat Tennessee. Obviously, want them to lose. If you're cheering for Michigan, cut this off. Cut this off. I don't know. Something always has been inside me where Michigan and Michigan State. No. No. Like more no than Duke. They don't live in my head at all. Michigan or Michigan State don't live in my head. Duke lives in my head kind of cuz I don't really like them, but I like Michigan and Michigan State even less. Don't know why, it's just always been like that. But then they beat Tennessee in the second round this year. So now I have an actual reason. I also haven't really liked Jim Harbaugh much. That guy rubs me the wrong way. And he's rubbed me a few times. Chattanooga got beat by Illinois, who got beat by Houston, who is facing off against Arizona, who beat TCU and Wright State. Arizona is playing Houston, the Sweet 16, so we've covered all of this. I'm going to go ahead and make these picks. Are we going to... You guys want to weigh in on these, or am I just going to run these? Gonzaga and Arkansas. Gonzaga. All right. Perry? Oh, he's wrapped up in GTA 5 right now. Why Gonzaga, Chad?
They're one seed. I actually, like I told you, they're starting point guard.
So they're a one seed. Oh, he went to middle school with their starting point guard. Sorry, guys. Excuse me.
They also have that extremely tall, lanky-ass motherfucker.
Dude, he's been there for like 5 years.
Yeah, he's just a weird-looking dude, but he's also a hooper.
Yeah, he's been there forever, though, man.
I think he has.
Great player. All right. We'll go with Arkansas. I mean, we'll go with Gonzaga, but I like Arkansas.
Why do you like Arkansas?
Arkansas's got the 3-point shooting.
Yeah.
They've got great defense under the basket. And that's my only 2 points. Because
Great defense under the basket
against that tall-ass guy who's been playing for 8 years in the NCAA now. But, you know, who knows? SEC team might actually pop off and take Kentucky's place. God knows they couldn't fucking... Jeez. Couldn't beat St. Peter's. We're going to go ahead, go to the lower part of this bracket. Texas Tech and Duke. I'll take Texas Tech. Fuck Duke. Michigan and Villanova. Villanova all the way. Fuck Michigan. Arizona and Houston. I'm taking Houston. Arizona's not a sports college. Yeah. Kansas and Providence, taking Kansas. Providence has set a cupcake walk up to this Sweet 16. Kansas is an actual basketball team. They've put considerable gaps on the first 2 games they've had. So is Providence, but I mean, look at who they were playing. South Dakota State and the Richmond Spiders. Like, D2? Sorry. No, I'm just kidding. Iowa State and Miami, Florida. Iowa State and Miami, Florida. Perry says Iowa State.
Actually, wait, isn't that like an 11 versus 7?
It's 11 and 10. Iowa State's 11.
Oh, that's tough.
Yeah.
The fact that either of them are at this point is ridiculous, but you guys think Miami or Iowa State? I haven't really watched either. I haven't watched Iowa State. I've watched Miami. I'd do Iowa State. I mean,
Take Iowa State there?
I'd probably go Iowa State.
Okay. What we got? First 4? What is that about? The first 4. Texas Southern and Texas A&M. Oh, they played to get in. Okay. We'll go down here. North Carolina and UCLA. take UCLA. I mean, for the pick, we have to take North Carolina. Yeah. Okay. All right. We'll take UNC. We'll take St. Peter's over Purdue. You're damn right. God, I'm so sore. Can't. Yeah. Life update. We've been boxing. I'll get into that. Yeah. St. Peter's, Kansas, Iowa State, UNC. We've made our picks. That's the only thing going on in basketball right now. Don't even want to talk about the NBA. Bunch of snowflakes. NFL. Huge trade just happened. Tyreek Hill going to the Miami Dolphins for 5 picks. 1 first rounder in the coming up draft. 1 second rounder coming up in the draft. Don't exactly remember what other rounders they had. Tyreek Hill trade. Let's review this. Miami Dolphins acquire Kansas City Chiefs wide receiver Tyreek Hill for 5 draft picks. Give him 4-year, $120 million year. $120 million. Kansas City Chiefs. This is Adam Schefter's article. As much as I love this guy. So they traded him for 5 draft picks, a 2022 first round, a second round pick in the 2022, a 4th round pick, a 4th and 6th round pick in the 2023 draft. As long as Tyreek Hill passes a physical, the deal is on. That's nuts. $72.2 million guaranteed, including $52.535 million at signing. Holy crap. The deal makes Hill the highest paid wide receiver in NFL history. The $72.2 million total becomes a fully guaranteed at the start of the 2023 league year. The 3-year total of the deal is $72.5 million. So, guys, I love this for the Dolphins, and I love this for the Chiefs. Because the Chiefs are kind of in a lull right now. They, rocking with the same team past few years. Yeah, successful team. Maybe lost some heart. Yeah, they started expecting things to just fall in their lap. Take Tyreek Hill out of the picture. You take out one of Patrick Mahomes' weapons. Maybe he's not inclined to just randomly, blindly chuck it down the field as he's getting chased to the sidelines anymore. Or maybe he keeps doing it and throws even more picks. But I think these picks in the next coming up draft, I'm really interested to see who they pick this year in the 1st and 2nd round. But, they also have 4th round pick and a 4th and 6th in next year's draft. So they can capitalize on this so well. And the Dolphins, maybe they are a wide receiver away from, being a top-tier team. I think they were great this year. I think they could have kept building. Did they have to make this drastic of a move and give up this many picks? Probably not. But if Tyreek Hill wanted out, and he was probably talking to some people, he was probably discussing with the Dolphins, he was probably, DMing Tua, being like, hey, bro, how's it going? Who knows what goes on behind the scenes that we don't know. But there is stuff that goes on. This isn't just out of the blue. The Dolphins didn't wake up one day and just be like, hey, we want Tyreek Hill. That's not how it goes. So there were definitely prior discussions and stuff. It just shocked the world when the news came out to us that we heard it. So I love the pick. It's big for the Dolphins too. It gives Tua another weapon. Devontae Parker is a great wide receiver. I think Tyreek Hill comes in and he accents the Dolphins pretty well. Devontae Parker has the hands. He's got the hands to beat double coverage. He's got the speed and the agility to break some defenders' ankles, but he has the hands. Tyreek Hill has got the speed. He's not going to perform under double coverage, We've seen that many times. He'll break away sometimes, but when he's going up in the air for a ball against double coverage, very little of the time is he going to come down with it. And teams have found out, that's how you get around this guy. But with the Dolphins having Devontae Parker and Tyreek Hill, they've got the speed on one side and they've got the hands on the other side. So if they want to, put Devontae Parker on some weird-ass route and then send Tyreek Hill on a streak, that, Tua's got two options right there. On the other flip side of that coin, you've got people talking about not Devontae Parker, but Tua not having the arm to keep up with Tyreek. 4 seconds after the snap, Tyreek's halfway down the field already. Tua's like, oh shit, can I throw it that far? He hasn't been throwing them bombs. But, we'll see how it goes. Or dual wield. Don't know why I did that. It's like pretty late. Don't need it, but we're out here fucking around. The Raiders acquired Devontae Adams from the Green Bay Packers. Super great pick. The AFC West is absolutely fucking loaded. Russell Wilson going to the Broncos. They've got an absolutely dominant team this season. They signed some guy that's been bouncing around to a bunch of NFL teams. I guess he's like a training quarterback until Russell gets acclimated and stuff, because they gave away Drew Lock, which is just still bent about that. You guys, I should have wore my Drew Lock. I got my Big Dick Joe shirt on. Let's go. But yeah, Drew Lock is my boy. I am super excited about Russell Wilson. But the AFC West is just, building up to be a powerhouse. Kansas City going to get some good players in this upcoming draft. So, never did check out how Deshaun Watson's trial is going. That's still going on. He's still trying to defend himself against 7 women right now in court. That's how that's going. But yeah, guys, football's crazy. Some big trades. We a lot of healthy stuff going on in the sports world. Oh, I wanted to talk about Matt Ryan going to the Colts. Carson Wentz went to the Commanders. Good for him. Carson Wentz is a great quarterback. I think he'll do a lot of good things at the Commanders. But Matt Ryan pushing over to the Colts, and the Falcons team, the Falcons players were hype about it. They were like, oh man, did we play the Colts and everything? They were happy for Matt Ryan. He's a great quarterback. He's always had great percentages, and I think, with the team that the Colts have right now, a strong running back, they've got a decent O-line, but some weapons on the receiving team. Matt Ryan could actually pull a Matthew Stafford type deal, like Matthew Stafford did at the Rams. Hopped on the team, took him straight to the Super Bowl, because Matthew Stafford has always been a great quarterback. He's always been great with the Lions. They could never really put anything together, but he goes to the Rams and boom, he found his spot. Matt Ryan, Falcons have been his spot for a while. Sometimes it's okay to just, move on to other things. He'll give a few good seasons, and then at the Colts, make a few playoff runs, and we'll see what he can do. But yeah, that was pretty cool to see. Let's see. Malcolm Butler is returning to New England Patriots on a 2-year deal, getting paid $9 million. Jameis Winston signed a 2-year contract with the Saints to be their starting QB. That was a pretty good deal. I think it was around 45 million maybe. Awesome. So I think there's a healthy movement of players going around the NFL right now, and people are really starting to move things around, and most of the time I'm like, why are these people trading these guys? Why is this not working? Why is this not? But and recently I think the trades that have been happening are pretty healthy for the league. It's going to keep things interesting. It's going to really like show how different players, uh, I guess, are compatible. See how compatible different players are with different teams, if they fit in or not. It's going to be interesting. We've got a lot of new things to watch. I think, like I've been saying, I think Russell Wilson is a big one to watch. Denver Broncos have been a QB away from being a dominant team in the AFC West for the past few years, really since Peyton Manning has left. So we'll see how this goes. I'm pretty excited about it. I'm just seeing here that Stephon Diggs is pretty adamant that the Seahawks are not in a rebuild mode. Not sure what that's about, but I totally get it. They got Drew Lock as their quarterback. I don't think they have anything to complain about. Pete Carroll is going to train the shit out of him. He's going to come out being a fucking Aaron Rodgers, Drew Brees, but with legs. And it's going to be awesome to see. I'll always be a fan of Drew Lock. Love the kid. He's got spark. He's got swagger. He's a great guy. Yeah, I liked him at the Broncos, but I'm definitely going to follow him, keep watching him, see what he does. So, all right, guys, I'm going to wrap it up here. You heard our March Madness picks. We're not going to really make any more picks this week because that was a few of them. We got some Sweet 16 picks in there. And next time I will come more prepared with all of my notes written out, and I won't look at the computer much because I know like some people freak out about that. But, guys, we're just chilling. We're big chilling. We're big chilling, guys. All right. Go Vols. God bless. Godspeed. Good night.